BFBS Forces News join KFOR patrols in the north of Kosovo.
We're here to create a safe and secure environment for the people in Kosovo and the people of Kosovo.
Our job, fly and fight from the home base, and we've got to be able to do that in whatever conditions.
This training is mutually beneficial to both sides. For the riflemen themselves, it's about getting that valuable training in the desert.
At the heart of Lympstone Parade Square, the King's Squad, and there could be no more special guest of honour than His Majesty the King.
And whilst I'm not moving the controls at all, I can certainly learn from what I'm seeing as to how a manoeuvre should be flown.
This year, 337 recruits have completed training. That's a first-time pass rate of 99.7%, which is incredibly high.
So we have a philosophy on the ship called the Way of the Warrior Sailor. It argues that in order to create morale, you must love and value everybody.
This beam here came from HMS Indefatigable. The beams from the Armada were eventually integrated into the pub.
At BFBS Creative, we are creative storytellers. We are specialists in unravelling the untold, even from the most difficult locations. We help you reach the audiences you need to reach. From documentary interviews to addressing communication hurdles and crafting your content strategy, we can do it all. We thrive in the toughest environments, ensuring your stories are told brilliantly.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to the RAF Stormshadows channel. I am once again joined by the immeasurably enthusiastic Roman in the commentary box this evening, Roman. And as you can see on your screens there, it is the RAF Stormshadows taking on the Army Esports side. A fascinating insight into what we might come to expect in the inter-services. But for tonight, it's the Armed Forces Dungeon League. Let's get this show started.
Carries this forward, gets 50 with Fraz. Ed, get into that one. Envy tucks it away. And as I say, they need an opening goal. They have managed to get one here, 1-0.
Frazic, though, does some nice defensive work. But P finds Cedric. Cedric finds Envy. Beautiful stuff from the RAF Stormshadows. 2-0.
Approximately a minute and a half left to go. Envy goes for a pass to P. P with a shot. P with a goal. Tucked away in the top left corner. 2-1 to the RAF Stormshadows. And they are shining through here. After the Army, they've struggled to rotate. They struggled to get into position after kickoff. And P managing to give the RAF Stormshadows that advantage
Didn't
again.
have a lot to work with, didn't have a lot of the goal to aim at, but he put it in the one place that it was going to go to, and Cedric makes it 3! And the floodgates are beginning to open here for the RAF Stormshadows. A great 30-second burst, and now they've just got to hold it, or even go for more.
Air power wins matches in Rocket League, and you can't tell me otherwise as Ed will tuck that one away at the stop.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to the RAF Stormshadows channel. It is a pre-BFBS Pro League showdown in this token matched fixture between the RAF Stormshadows against the RAF Typhoons. It is a battle for first, with first and second place in the RAF rankings. And joining me once more is a man who I've come to like in my many years of casting, a legend of this community. Danny Boy, how are you doing this evening, sir? Everything all right?
Well, it's been a while since I've been addressed as sir in the last couple of months, but it's starting to it's been nearly 4 years still. I thought it'd be flowers at this point, maybe a romantic night out in Stoke-on-Trent, but it should be quite a wonderful evening nonetheless here. But I presume here we're going to be talking a lot more about the shades of green that we're going to be witnessing shortly here.
For those of you who aren't aware, somehow it was the RAF Stormshadows, G-Wood, Action, Samez, and indeed Reedy who took this position from Cedric Envy P for the first time in history. It was our first ever RAF Stormshadows name change, and now this is the first attempt at returning the favour for the RAF Typhoons, who, if you didn't already see, have made a bit of a shock signing yesterday. And Danny, I'll let you break the news.
Well, when you sit there and say shock, there's two ways of looking about it. Obvious if you're in the know within the Discord, obviously, but if you're tuning in, having a quick sort of counter, it is a surprise. And to be honest with you, I'm surprised by who they have picked up. I thought they may have stolen somebody else, but it seems to be P onto the bench here, and one of the players from Roster Mania that did make a wave, Bale, is joining the Typhoons.
Bale, big night for him alongside Cedric and Envy. I wonder what he will be able to conjure up. We will, of course, have listening comms in this broadcast for the very, very first time in our history. So this is going to go very, very interestingly, I think. So hang tight for any foul language. Hopefully you don't hear any. And we do apologise in advance if something does sneak past the barriers. But we are going to get things underway. Typhoons away to your right-hand side and Stormshadows on the left. Let the battle begin.
And hopefully we might actually see the best of 7 decider on stream without it going down. But that's maybe a cheeky glancing blow as Envy, who wants his title back. What needs to be stated as well too, that when jotting my brief notes down when Stell asked me to be on tonight here, it is the first time with an outside player that was not part of the top 2 until, of course, recently has actually been in this situation. Beal has already made history alone here.
And what a night, what an occasion for him to show his worth and to back the faith of this crucial signing. Things didn't quite work out with the Nighthawks, who are an excellent side as well, and I know they'll be trialing in the background to make up the numbers in their roster for what could be for the Nighthawks' push into the LAN in the Pro League and of course into the inter-services. But here for the RAF Typhoons, as they look to steal back first position from this talented RAF Stormshadows side, who have been excellent in these last few months. Constant drive for improvement, constantly gunning to retain and extend the gap even from the RAF Typhoons, are defending here tonight for the first time in their careers as the RAF first team. I couldn't call it. I really couldn't call it, Danny Boy, but Cedric early on looking to apply some pressure and Samez just swats the ball away.
I'm going to be a sort of a technicality sort of, I don't want to say gremlin here, as Action puts the first goal right on in, lovely on target too.
Does indeed, and I'm tempted now as after Cedric steals the ball away from Bale there. The Action won't miss those. A famous quote that he does say is ball in net. Let's have a little listen into the comms for this kickoff.
Nice, I got he's got that boost.
Yeah, I've got him, I got him.
Nice.
That's it, though.
So I bumped second.
He's landed.
Nice. I've got.
Just you for a second. Nice, good clear.
Envy's there. I've got.
Yeah.
No more.
Nice.
Take him back.
Yeah, I'll try. I was going to bang it.
Nice, Bill's there.
Tense, focused comms from the RAF Stormshadows as they now defend a 1-0 lead, heading just past the halfway point in this game.
Certainly is. On those sort of situations, it will be interesting to see. But what I was going to drag into the history books itself here, I mean, the last time these two sides did play, it was the inter-service where the Tempest and the Slice Stormshadows did win here. But I'm going to slightly pull you here on a point still. They didn't win technically the name off them. It was a forfeit to grab it in the first right.
True, actually, that is a valid point, but the Stormshadows will equally feel that they deserved it. They were ready to play the fixture, and it was the Typhoons who ultimately couldn't fulfill it. But you are right, they didn't strictly win it by playing the fixture, but they will feel, especially after that very dominant inter-service win, by the way, in Qualifier 1 against the former Typhoons right now, they will feel it is a completely valid win for them as they go 2-0 up here. G-Wood will put this home into the empty net, and the Stormshadows looking dominant.
Well, it's not one I want to sort of take away from them, but there was always going to be an asterisk to it. So really, I would sit here and argue that this defense here is actually much more important for them too, because they'll just outright cement here not only the name change, the inter-service win, it's essentially 3 wins on the bounce here in an RAF environment here.
Absolutely. Let's take a little listen in then at the Typhoons comms.
You beat.
No more.
Let's try.
Go
Heads
on.
more.
I can tie.
No, just go back.
Sorry.
I'm middle
You
on
guys-
pods.
Yeah, I'm back anyway.
He's got one.
Let's try. I'll get out.
Can someone
I'll be lost in
curse?
pods. You jump. Oh, about right.
Nice, well done.
Nice.
And again, Charlie, if you can, have a mid.
I'm lost full boost.
One forward.
No one up yet. I'm up.
Tense again. It's quite an exciting thing to be a fly on the wall in these comms, Danny.
Do you know what? I want to sort of point this out here, but I mean, we as sort of both coaches, obviously you being a top 8 LCQ coach and everything else, a lot more prestigious than I am. It's that sort of huge difference making a Cedric. We know how well he is as a captain, experience the ability, you know, the control, the calmness of it. But it is a disciplinary, essentially, Harry's coming saying to Bale, no sit back, don't do that. It's, you know, Cedric's playing 2 roles tonight, not necessarily as a captain/player. He's also a mentor tonight here, so I'm not trying to give him a free excuse here that may impact his performance, but he is having a second eye here, not just on the gameplay.
I'll be honest, I really like this feature. I think we're going to have a lot of fun with this going forward for all of our teams in this position. And it's not easy, and the comms are heated, and this is a good example of what players go through on both sides of the coin. You have Stormshadows, rather calm, driven, focused, a bit less, shall we say, heated is the wrong word, but you know what I mean. The temperature slightly higher within the Typhoons. They know what's at stake here. They'll feel that they're close after a recent batch of, shall we say, not typical form for the Stormshadows in that last Pro League run. But here, they're looking calm, composed, and some would say pretty comfortable in this 2-0 win here in Game 1, if of course it stays that way.
Certainly so, as Cedric here with 1 shot, and we might as well hear the comms itself.
My bad. I'm just
I'll
going
go
to
back.
win it.
Yeah. I'll shoot.
I'll 10 goal.
Yours?
I'll go.
Nice
50.
one.
And again, just 50.
50.
Nice, well done.
One mid.
Invisible.
I'm up. Bang forwards.
Two.
One. No more.
Oh, no.
Close, but no cigar for the RAF Typhoons. After a late comeback, they fail to get the equalising goal, and the Stormshadows, Samez Action and G-Wood, take a nice and comfortable in the end 2-1 win, and they're up ahead. First blood has been drawn.
Certainly is, and you know, essentially here, and I want to sort of touch on that point even further that you mentioned about the Pro League itself here. The fact of the matter is here that the Stormshadows themselves here has consistently been in the semi-finals. They haven't dropped any lower, which is a significant improvement here compared to the original lineup here that it was with Samez and G-Wood, where it was quarter-finalists essentially on average. So they're already knocking above their weight and improvement so far, but the key difference as well, they've only lost to the eventual winner twice here.
An interesting stat that you keep on pulling out, and Cedric will give the RAF Typhoons a lead. And going back to your statistics, Danny, and I know you are a man of statistics, but at some point, you have to agree, it's like the Messi-Ronaldo debate. Messi does so much off the ball and on the ball that doesn't necessarily equate to a stat. The Stormshadows here, off to a bit of a shocking start here in the second game. Will stats go out the window? Will it be a free-for-all by the end of the series, Danny? I'm not quite sure, but it's setting up that way as it stands.
I love how you sit there, you know, trying to set the debate of, you know, the greatest player ever as, where's the referee on this one?
I think that might have to be a pause. Yeah, we might have to VAR this. We're gonna have to pause this. Let's quickly just pop back to ourselves, Danny, and we'll just ask the players what they. I mean, what do you think we should do? I think it would have to be a kickoff restart. I think we carry on as it is for. What do you think? What do you think?
Well, I'm sort of tempted here just to watch the stream back again just to see the moment itself here, because I don't think the goal is going to go in, to be honest with you. But if it's just going to be from a kickoff, that's fine enough here with a 1-0.
That's what I'm going for. I'm just running that by the players. Just make sure that's all good. I don't want... It's such an awkward one.
I'm so glad we can't hear the comms on one side with this decision making.
All right. We're gonna resume it there. We're gonna resume it there. Okay, yeah, we are going back to the pitch side now. Unpause. I don't know what to make of that. I think that was getting saved. What was your view of it? It would have been a harsh one to penalise.
I thought it was going to be saved. You know, he was in the position. He was on the back wall here. You know, if it's a well-placed shot here, maybe. But you know, it's one of those ones here. You know, you play to the whistle, and unfortunately here the whistle went too late here, and we could, of course, you know, go back and say that the players know themselves well at this point here. It's far too early in the game. Shake it off, get the next goal here, and it settles yourselves back to. It's going to be the same scenario for both sides here.
Time?
Yeah.
I can go. Oh, he's spot on that side. Careful.
Watch your bang. Yeah, I'm going to boost. He's on 0. He's not got the read.
Try to block.
I've not got this.
I've got your backboard.
One up.
Yeah, I'm on pads.
Got mid boost as well.
One. I can't.
Ed's ball.
I got top there.
Stay mid, Charlie.
Yeah, okay.
Full. That's it. No more.
Nice, I'm behind you.
I get out now.
Yeah, that's what I got. So I can't miss.
Okay.
Just go on.
I'll get this.
Fine, I'm back. You go.
Going straight up. I can't.
I go back
No,
right.
I'll go behind you, Charlie.
And it is the Storm Shadows now with a goal to chase. Cedric on the backboard. Lovely first touch away and outside. Can he find the touch? He can. G-Wood's there. Envy, shot on goal, saved by Samer. Cedric rotates back into it. G-Wood with a miss. Cedric leaves the ball for action, and Bale with the pre-jump soft touches it down. Can he find a second? No, he can't.
And if you hit your red button, you can listen, of course, to the live comms from both sides on your remote right now. I was waiting to say that for a while. I'm glad I did.
That is brilliant.
But, you know, I would love to see that in a feature in the main RLCS, but probably for the best that we don't here. But what is certainly evident on display here, the Storm Shadows themselves, yes, in conceding down here, has been absorbing far too much pressure, but the oddity of it, they haven't, you know, tried to get out of this.
No, not at all. They're gunning for the Storm Shadows here, and so far in this game, it's worked out well. That they had to chase for 90% of the last game, of the first game, sorry, with the early Storm Shadows lead, and they couldn't. They proved that they couldn't break that 2-goal lead until the very, very end. In those last couple of seconds, with that lovely Cedric individual play. Right now, it could be headed for an equaliser, and Samez does get it. And the RAF Storm Shadows back onto level terms here at a crucial time, just as the Typhoons were beginning to settle into some kind of rhythm. They break it, and they equalise.
And this is going to be such the cruel bit about it here. I mean, Bale pushed up a wee bit too far with, you know, Cedric demoed and gone here. And the unfortunate thing about Bale in this sort of environment here, he's going to be compared to Pierce. Every play that it is, you know, if he saves the ball, you know, you're as good as Pierce. You push too far up, you let the goal in. Well, Pierce wouldn't have done that here. You know, it's going to be, you know, one of those awkward situations here where you're going to be compared to the man that essentially you're replacing here.
It's brutal, it's rough, but those comparisons will happen. There's no doubt about it. Whether it's a fair comparison or not, whether it should happen or not, it's irrelevant. It's going to happen. It's in everyone's subconscious mind. Up goes Cedric, fakes for Bale. Bale, crossbar saved by Action. Wonderful play there by Action on the backboard. Nice and composed, and he looks to set up an attack here, but Envy's able to intercept.
Straight drop back, and that's unusual, and nearly forced an own goal. G was pre-flipped all the way back here, about sort of 60-odd seconds sort of on by here, but you know, the gameplay, it looks nervous, it looks shaky. I wonder what Cedric's doing about it.
That's it.
Nice. Shot. Yeah. That's sad.
Charlie, stop going back for the big boost, bro.
Charlie, stop going back for the big boosts. Oh, this is such an awesome thing to be a fly on the wall in these comms. It's so harsh, it's so ruthless, but interesting to know as the Storm Shadows resume normal service as they'll see it. with this 2-1 lead now with just under a minute to play. Cedric. Action will rotate in. Bale onto his backboard here and will look for Envy on left-hand side. Envy will be there. Looks central for Cedric, who rises for it. Off the backboard. Does he have the read? No, it goes straight down, unfortunately, for it.
Soft sort of touch over right to G-Wood, and it's past Envy. This should and it will be 3-1 here. Already an improvement to game 1. And so far here, you sit here and they say they deserve it. At this point here, they're owning the title.
Absolutely right. The Stormshadows are making their mark. 3-1. It's been dominant so far. There was, of course, the 3-minute spell where the Typhoons had the lead, but they couldn't really build from it. They're having a really tough time right now. It could obviously be the fact that they are playing in this kind of environment for the first time together tonight. It can happen. Can take a while to gel. This is very, very early days, but they will want to fight this tooth and nail. But at the moment, it's the Stormshadows with full control over the series, full control over the play, and I wonder what they'll be saying about that. We won't, of course, go into the comms in between a series, as I have afforded the players that kind of privacy at least. But the Stormshadows, for sure right now, Danny, at the halfway point of the series, potentially, will be the happier of the two sides.
Well, let's also sort of take in the situation of the game as well here. The fact of it is the Stormshadows tied it at 1-1 and a goal disallowed here. That nasty offside flag that was waved by the linesman there. It was a cruel moment, but, since then they were defending, and suddenly here, goal goes into it and moves across. And, that self-belief here to play defense for 3 minutes, to then strike, then to dominate, is such an advantage up the side here. And one other bit of it is still just watching the game play here. To some extent here, we've seen here this side, the Typhoons essentially being the dominant side for about 3 years as the Gold Dust won against them. They've lost that aura. They've lost that essence of dominance on the pitch here.
At the moment, it's going to be hard to argue with that. And Action PB, what a solo effort, by the way. Let's have a little listen into those Stormshadows comms and see how they're faring heading into this next one.
Yeah, I'll put it to the wall.
I got the base.
Nice.
They got one.
Sam. Yeah.
Nice,
I'm behind you now. Oh, 10 seconds. Round me. Nice.
Oh, nice. Ed's dead. I'll
chase him.
He's
gonna pop it.
Nice.
Faking out now. Go on, go.
I'll go.
Yeah.
I imagine now.
No more.
Oh, no, sorry. I thought you landed.
I can go. Just gonna try and pop it around me. Got one.
Yeah.
He's there.
I'll go last now.
I'll go back. Yeah, I'm missed. I'm dead now.
I'm bumped. He's missed.
Nice.
Sorry. I'm gonna try and get
Middle
one
if you
forwards.
can.
I have 0 boost.
Beast if you want. I'll be last on 4.
That's it.
Envy. Forward it goes. G-Wood intercepts. Envy avoids the demo there. Smartly done. The 1-0 lead. Slender for the Stormshadows, but at the moment proving enough as they 50 the ball central. There it goes to G-Wood. Envy has to turn on it and intercepts. G-Wood's shot. Envy will catch and look to build the Typhoons away from danger.
G-Wood with at least a strong turn here. Should be an option for a pass, and nobody in the box really. This should have been arguably 2, and once again the captain steps up.
Cedric credited with the goal. Samez arguably should be scoring that. It's unfortunate for him. He didn't have enough boost to get over the top of the ball. It's unlucky. You can see why he went for the shot, and Cedric dust in action there in the crucial backline play. And the Typhoons on level terms. I think it's the first time that they've come from behind to be on level terms in this series so far. So important moments ahead for them both.
A massive sort of turn here. Samus should be dropping back. Action's already done that particular play here. And the Typhoons here will be a little bit, to the sense of, picking up here. Because we heard briefly from their comms that sounded flat, sounded gone. Now that's a goal, essentially for the first time scoring twice more than any point of the series. This needs to go here.
I don't know if the overlay is accurate. What do you mean? What do you mean, Rudy? Define that for me. The way I see it, it's 2-1 to Typhoons, and it's 2-0 in the series to the Stormshadows. Am I seeing that incorrectly? Please do let me know.
It must be in shock, the fact that, he didn't believe that Typhoons would be down 2-0.
No, it's definitely 2-2. I'm so confused. I honestly think, yeah, the thing is correct. We do now have an equalizer, of course, from Samez. Brilliant strike at goal. Just too much for Bell to deal with there. Cedric, awkward as last man. And just as we were distracted a little bit there by the chat, Storm Shadows fire straight back, Danny. And that's a crucial goal as well after falling behind to a goal like that.
It's massive in terms of how this is going to be the complexion of it. And at this sort of point in time here, I would say if the Storm Shadows can just keep the ball out of their defence and do exactly what they did no more than 5 minutes ago here, I'd say this is a 4-0 sweep all over the series already.
Bold prediction, but I don't, you know, if you're a betting man, it's what you would predict at the moment, because it's hard to see how the Typhoons are going to break through this robust and solid Storm Shadows defense. But it is Cedric now one-on-one with Samez, goes for the fake, Samez doesn't bite, and Envy will retain pressure here as we listen into their comms.
Yeah. Time there.
Mid. I'm lost on pods.
Over 2.
I'll get out.
Good. 50, no more.
Just got one.
Gonna steal their
Try
boost.
cover, he missed.
Trying to bump one. Bump last.
Middle. Oh, that is there.
I've got their top boost as well. Charlie.
Left. I'm lost.
I'm beat.
Behind you.
That's 4. 50. You go.
I've got low back boost.
Yeah.
I'll wait.
Just shoot for a second.
Yep.
I'm back now, I'm back now.
Yeah,
Stay on it.
third.
One over.
Not a boost.
Oh, there's no one up.
I'm up.
Nice shot, Sam.
I killed it.
Bale with the ball away action, plays it out to G-Wood. Nice calm play by the two of them. Envy floats across, knocks it away to his right hand side, gets the double as well. G-Wood going for a bump, Cedric dispossesses him, and it's 1-on-1 with Action PB now. Tense moments here. Can he find the central pass? No, he doesn't. Action stands up well, and it's good defensive play by the RAF Stormshadows.
Does well here. Soft control option in the middle. G was tackling past 2 here, so it just needs to get through the 1, and it was on target for a glancing second, but the second touch here takes it away, and that arguably should have been 3-2.
Maybe so. Cedric's centre ball will be very awkward for Samez to deal with, but he does it well. Bale misses. Envy will control this. Oh, he's falling on top of him. That could have been really bad and really unfortunate, but it is dealt with by Cedric and Envy. G-Wood's shot is high and wide. Envy has to do very well to read it. Bale, with simply no boost to work with, has to limit himself to a backboard defensive play only. Still can't go for the ball. Samez is shot just wide of the mark, and Cedric brings it away.
Action. G-Wood, strong 50s here. Envy's just somewhat knocked off. Low boost, should have a secondary, and Bale will not be getting any sort of credit here by his teammates here. If you lay that off next, it's a fantastic pass, sets it up. You know, gives Cedric something to aim for either way off it. 30 seconds, it's tense enough as it is.
Squaring up G-Wood there was Bale. G-Wood deals with it well, comes on the attack as well. Can he square one? He does get a demo. Chance here for action, but Envy lightning quick to it as he looks to build Typhoons an attack of some sort. Bale flicks it wide, limited boost again. G-Wood lumps it high, Envy turns on it, 50 by G-Wood. Dangerous here for the RAF Typhoons. Will there be a Storm Shadow shot? No, not that time, and it will be overtime as we listen in once more to some comms.
Yeah, I'll try right.
I got the mid. Nice.
Yep.
Bale's awkward now, he's got nothing. I'm waiting, you can challenge.
Yep.
Nice
Yeah,
shot,
I'll go.
Sam. I'm going all the way back. Nice, keep going.
Yeah,
I'm
this is all
left.
third.
I bumped him.
Yeah, I'm behind you, Action.
I'm slow back,
Okay.
I'm slow back,
Watch
slow
out,
back.
watch out. Oh, he's... Watch out. Oh.
Nice.
That's just fucking mark.
Go on, bro, what the
fuck? He's over here.
Okay, apologies for any language that you may or may not have heard there. We always knew that was going to happen, but Cedric with a beautiful solo play. And it's 3-2, and Danny Boy, just like that, the tide somewhat turns, not fully just yet, but for the Typhoons, an excellent display, a clinical finish in the end there by Cedric as well. And when you need the captain the most, he does step up. Though strictly, Cedric is currently not the captain, it's actually Envy. Yes, that was I forgot to update you, Danny. My bad. I forgot to update you. This was a change when Cedric went into phase 2 and his new trade. Envy has taken over captaincy in the short term.
Right, so he's wearing the captain's armband, but realistically here we all know it's going to be Cedric calling the shots.
I suppose so. Maybe who knows? Maybe it's more of an authoritarian environment in that Typhoons roster, but they'll be buzzing with that crucial win. They're on the board, Danny. That's the important thing. They're on the board here.
And Joe Watts here, I mean, you heard into the comms there. I mean, we sat there, you know, in the middle of that there, and it sounded flat, and you know, suddenly hear this sort of high-pitched or squeal is the only way I can describe that in terms of the joy of the moment that's went in here. They forgot what it was to actually get a game onto the board here. So the fact they know they can do it, it's a question on can Bale settle down and join the other two here.
It's going to be the key, and he does go for a corner. He connects with it as well, and it flashes across the face of the goal. So unfortunate that it wasn't slightly more directed, but that could have been a goal of the series by far. Up goes Action though, drops it down. G-Wood's there. Cedric able to get a flicked effort. Envy one-on-one with Action, who rises well to knock it away from danger.
For a time being, Samas drags that ball wide, able to at least get something here. G-Wood likewise, and Cedric here's doing a fair amount of sort of positional awareness to sort of keep his two teammates, hunched into a reasonable spot here. And Samus, that was smart. Most players would have went for the shot here. Fakes it just enough here, just to make the defender realize actually we can have an attempt here to break out freely, but still met with the 50.
Action takes it over, just delays the pass in field. It was so nicely done from Sam. Action there, known as Sam is his IRL name. It's unfortunate that there wasn't more of a sharper connection there in front of the Typhoons net. Instead, it's Cedric into Envy, flicked effort at the near post, and it's just ricocheted off the post, and it was such a well-crafted shot. And the Stormshadows got away with one there.
Same being, that's an unusual one of that caliber mistake there by Cedric, and G-Wood should be going flat into this. That's perfect. That is perfect.
A wonderful soft touch from Captain G-Wood of the RAF Stormshadows, and he has enough boost to stay behind it, and 50-50 with, I think it was Envy there. It was really well done from G-Wood, and he's getting his props there from Envy as well. Nice to see a bit of sportsmanship between these two friends, of course, off the pitch. Bitter rivals today as they fight for the first place position within the RAF. Of course, if the Stormshadows retain the title here, it will mean they're safe for at least another month from another challenge from the RAF Typhoons, and it just makes it that much more interesting as Sam sotters it nicely to his backboard and clears the ball away.
What a potential team, maybe to challenge the Typhoons as well. I mean, they are not the same side that we've essentially grown and known and loved for the last 2-3 years. So essentially, I mean, what a team if you're sitting in the sort of the ranking table and sort of we could pick them apart here.
Certainly something that, I mean, it is the Nighthawks who have just lost, of course, Bale, that do sit behind the Typhoons. It will be a very interesting token match, to be fair to you. You're not wrong there, Danny, as Envy goes one-on-one with Action, who just swats the ball away. And I think at this point, just over the halfway point in the game, let's have a little listen.
I can't.
Nice, no more. Envy shouldn't have much. Yeah, he's missed. Nice.
I'll in for bumps.
Sam.
Kill Envy, kill Envy.
I'll go.
You can go,
Nice.
you can go.
I'll play middle.
I'm waiting behind you, Sam.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yours, viewers.
Probably damage.
Over him, backboard.
I've got one.
I killed
You got
Bill, I
one?
killed Bill. It's open.
No more.
I can't really. Yeah.
Wait in middle.
He's
I'll push.
pretty
Rotation. I'm there.
I got mid boost.
Yeah.
One out. Here's
Good
shot. One
job.
shot. One shot. One shot. Nice, sorry.
I'll save. I'll have to dodge a
Overcommit for
bomb.
bumps, so just watch out. I'll be right.
Out comes Envy. Interesting comms there. Both teams fully zoned in now, fully focused. You can tell by the tone. There's a lot more focus in the Typhoons' voices now, and almost a little bit of overexertion from the Stormshadows there. They're really calming every little minute detail, which is a great thing. But you've got to watch out for your tone and how you say things. You could unintentionally panic a teammate into doing something that's a bit rushed, but it could also be something that they very well may have worked on, Danny. As Envy goes one-on-one, can he find the equalizer? No, G-Wood says no again.
Actions won't be needed. G-Woods unless we give it a freebie for Samez. And Action likewise straight on down here. When you talk about tone and the words and everything else here, I mean, when literally the stream was being set up here, there were still, discussing certain keenness, won't say what it is to be unfair on the teams, but just that minute detail, that Actions are 1 or 2% here. I mean, they didn't become the #1 side for no reason overnight here. This should be 2 comfortably so if they've been put on target.
It wasn't, and instead now it's Bale one-on-one with Action PB. Does he find the reset? He doesn't, and Sam is able to cut across. Cedric keeps it alive. Bale will take boost and turn. Action away again. Doesn't get a double. G-Wood misses. Cedric hasn't got the boost turn, but he's got to go anyway. Looks towards that near post. Envy flying across. 2 seconds to play. It's action away. Bale, one more chance. Left it goes. Up for Cedric. Gets a nice first touch. Envy goes down onto the backboard. Is there a shot on net? There is, but it's wide. And the Storm Shadows have 3 series points.
I'm going to sit there and say that was a cowardly approach still. I mean, the moment you pop that up, and hence you have Cedric there, and I would imagine we didn't obviously have the comms there, but, you know, usually if you're a player with ability and confidence, you want to be the one that has that opportunity. You don't often pass it. Very few players are built that way. Bale's not one of them. Cedric's not one. Envy's not. But the fact that they decided to go for that type of passing play and that labor intensive just shows you they weren't confident enough and ready enough to play that outright.
Potentially shaken, down, but not out yet are the RAF Typhoons, and a vital couple of minutes now ahead early on in this next game. If it is the Storm Shadows who find the lead, we've seen just how stubborn they can be in defense, just how solid they can be for this Typhoon side to break them down. It's another miss from Cedric. Infield it goes. No one there though for the Storm Shadows, and Bale able to do enough to put off the attempted play by the Storm Shadows. Instead it is Samez, not got the boost to follow it, and Bale away to his right hand side.
Let's right down here. That has somehow worked.
Not quite sure what happened there. It was action again with a snapshot of a touch. A very awkward one for Envy to deal with no boost. And he just followed his play. He just followed his touch. Got a crucial demo. And first blood to the RAF Storm Shadows, who are now only 4.5 minutes away from retaining their Storm Shadow status for another month.
And you know what? Spare thoughts here. I mean, the idea of, you know, Cedric and Envy not having the title must have been sickening. But to lose it in a match, well, that's just going to be unthinkly.
Ooh, they're not down yet. Luke shot from Envy just over the top of action, and Cedric watched it carefully, but it didn't need his touch in the end, and it was an equalising goal. As we take a little listen in here to both teams' comms going forward.
Envy. I got mid left. Hugh. That's fine.
I've got one.
That's middle. He's got a shot. Nice.
I've got a save.
Try pinch.
I beat. Nice.
I can try to get one.
Okay. Last.
Nice.
Not me. No.
Nice. Still waiting. You go, Sam.
I'll cut.
That. Nice. Oh.
I got my card.
Nice shots over time. Nice for play.
One there. Touch.
Back we come to the commentary box. G-Wood and Samus combining. Down left-hand side they go. Envy storms in. Says no that time. Lovely soft touch as well. We'll get the reset and pops it across. Cedric goes up for the ball here. Good play by the RF Typhoons. It's a lot more progressive here as they look inside again. And Bale's pass intercepted by the Storm Shadows last man.
About the third phase of play. Fortunately destroyed by Samus' big boot downfield here. Bale's not having the continuation. And that's the sort of the ugliness of his game that he's going to have to remove here. Is if you're going to play mechanical, you have to make sure that the ball's going to be safe no matter what.
Yeah, I genuinely, and I love Bale. We all love Bale. As G-Wood puts it home, top left for a second. I just get the impression that he's feeling the occasion a little bit. And to be honest with you, what an occasion it is for him, and it's understandable. In many, many respects, it's understandable what he might be going through tonight on his Typhoons debut. And, you know, there's nothing, there's no shame about it. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just part of human nature. And he will grow accustomed to this stage, and he will grow accustomed to the speed and the level and the intensity required under this kind of pressure. It's just a matter of time. But is there enough time for the Storm Shadows to recover this series and this game as we just encroach onto the halfway point of this one?
Continuing moving, and the pass is good. The demo's even better, and 3 of a kind is Samus' type.
There's a good pass infield once more to action, and what a demo it was. That's 2 goals that have come simply from a demo by action, and he's almost taking the G-Wood mantle for this Storm Shadows roster as they continue their march forward to retaining the status again. And now the Storm Shadows within 2.5, 2 more goals as well of making history.
The fact that we're sitting here talking about history, I mean, the last 3 broadcasts here on this very channel has been that word, and You know, at some point here, I don't mean to be over dramatic here, Sale, but can we stop making the history and have a few somewhat average days within the commentary world?
Nah, you know, it's what we do on this channel. And believe me when I say there is plenty more where that came from, especially heading towards the back end of this year, when our 2 new signings, shall we say, enter the playing field. It's going to be a incredible time for everybody involved within the Stormshadows community. But for now, it is Samez, Action, Reedy, and G-Wood who continue their dominance. 4 goals to 1. Another ridiculous goal, with Action at the root cause of it again. And from a tight angle, and a very tight angle it was. They are so easy to miss, but it's a great finish. And it's 4-1, and dare I say, done and dusted, Danny.
Well, if you were believing me earlier, I would have said it was done and dusted a game ago, but, you know, a 4-1 would be hard to sit there and argue with you still. But I'll throw this into the cat among the pigeons here. You know, when the new players come around here and the adjustments moving across here, you know, it's going to be the first time the likes of Cedric and Envy will not be the main 2. They will have to fight for their spots and position here. And you know what, here, there may be a world here they may not be in the top 2 teams based on how the Stormshadows are playing of late.
Who knows what the future holds? Let's have one last listen into the comms then in this final minute.
Heads up, heads up.
Nice. Just you.
I'll try and bump him. I can't.
Oh. I need to be careful. I'm going to get bumped.
Nice,
I'm behind you. I'm 0 behind you. 0 behind you.
Just do.
Nice, well done. One there. And go.
Go on, 1v3.
Pop it, that's it.
I'm pushing up.
Behind you, Sam. I'll play
Get his boost, get his boost.
Behind you,
over.
Yeah, nice.
Waiting. One there.
Should have just played his miss. That's my bad. Yours, viewers?
Good, solid comms. They have maintained pretty much the same tone and tonality throughout, minus the 1 or 2 games there where the scoreline was a bit closer. It's a good, again, solid display from the Stormshadows side, who now have shown their pedigree, and their closest rivals, the Typhoons, are going to have to go back to the drawing board here as Samez looking for a 5th, 10 seconds to play. Danny, take us through to the end.
Certainly will. This will be a G-Wood in action flurry for goal number 5 to secure what is essentially history. They had defended their title at the first time of asking of their respective careers. It's Action, Samez, G-Wood and Reedy who's sitting maybe waiting in the backgrounds, but nonetheless they are the outright number 1s.
They are indeed, and we can say that is game, set and match, and the Stormshadows on their victory lap. The scoreline, I guess, will finish 6-1 in that final game, and I have to say, I've got to be completely honest with you, Danny. I am shocked. I expected a lot more of a fight. I really did, and again, full credit to this Stormshadows roster who continue to defy the odds, who continue to be the dominant force for the RAF going forward for at least another month. And beyond that, at their current rate of scrimming, at their current rate of improvements, it may take 2 professionals to come in to stop them. That might be all that can stop them at this rate. But even then, who knows, they may have something to say about it. This Stormshadows side, quality, controlled, dominant here in this token match. Their first defense of the title. Pretty successful, Danny.
Certainly is. There was something that sort of jotted down in the last sort of minute of the comms there. And, you know, I remember I played with G-Wood many years ago, 3-4 years when the Royal Cup was the thing. And, you know, I heard his voice. It wasn't as confident, wasn't as, you know, striking as a man with authority onto the pitch there. But you heard into the comms one key sentence alone that just told you outright, I should have played their miss. They're expecting them not to be as good at them. And that's a huge difference in a year makes. But it just shows you, you know, with that sense of, you know, preparation, practice, determination, you know, they're getting a reward for it.
Absolutely, and I can say it's a roster that has been scrimming so much, especially since Netherlands, before Netherlands even, and they're beginning to show their class. And there has been preparation, and definitely an element of preparation for the Typhoons in the background as well. They have been scrimming as well. They've been preparing for this. They've had a roster change last minute, obviously with P being unavailable to play today, for reasons pertaining to work. It's unfortunate. Bale coming in a difficult situation. Don't get me wrong. It's difficult not to feel for him a little bit with that much pressure on his shoulders as the new player on this Typhoons roster, having left the Nighthawks. The guy has got talent. The guy has got potential. There's no doubt about it. And I think he will come good for them. But it's a rough day, and it's one that will simply just have to go back to the drawing board for.
Well, it's going to be that sort of situation, but as much as they'll be looking at it currently, whether this title means something or not, obviously it does, but it's going to be the Pro League that is going to take center stage for them. The Storm Shadow had a give or take about a 2-point advantage, or 3, sorry. So, another sort of semi-final probably will lock them top 8. It's just again about unseating, where the Typhoons, however, they've got to get guaranteed semi-final and then a result here. So plenty of still going around here. It's a question of, does Bale make that difference here to catch up against him? Will it do in the Swiss stage when you had that week's, shall we say, time to practice? But all those questions will be answered shortly soon.
No doubt about it. Danny boy, thank you so much again for joining us on such short notice for this token match. A pleasure to have you by my side as always. And for everyone tuning into the stream who watched, thank you so much. Storm Shadows, massive congratulations to you. That is an extremely good performance. Typhoons back to the drawing board they go to give it another crack, I suppose, next month. Between then, more Pro League, maybe even Inter-Service Qualifier 2 will be played as well, as the race for the Inter-Service Championships 2026 heats up, of course, with 2 potential additions to our rosters to bolster that strength. But for now, it is myself and Danny signing out. Thank you for tuning in, and have a good evening.